Who's more to blame for the New York Football Giants' struggle so far? Of course, Odell Beckham getting all sorts of heat. He's not having fun, and where are the touchdowns? Fact of the matter is, he has been as productive minus the touchdowns, a significant detail. But nevertheless, his pass-catching numbers otherwise match up pretty cleanly with
except this past week.
Except the past week against a
yards.
very good Vikings defense.
Agree, but the numbers ultimately, though, do match his four-game total from last year. Anywho, Odell Beckham, or in fact, is it Eli Manning who is the one who's stinking it up? Matt Money Smith.
So we can't order off the menu.
I'm going to.
I figured you would.
Well, you could go any way you want. It doesn't have to be one of those guys.
I mean, look, here are the stats that you spoke of. They're nearly the same, yardage-wise, except for the 2 touchdowns.
Same number of catches, same number of targets, same number of yards. The touchdowns is
certainly the numbers would suggest with those 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions that it's Eli who is to blame. But here's the thing with Odell, and it just goes back to the Josh Norman showdown, and I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. But ever since then, cornerbacks now have the formula to follow to upset him and have it affect the Giants team as a whole, where offensive linemen have to put their arm around him, and he's fighting with kicking nets, and coaches are trying to get him quick strike receptions to try to feel so he's involved in the game. So I'd put the blame on him. Get over it, man. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some.
You know what? We talked about this. I encourage you, Nate Demand, you go back and listen to the podcast from earlier this week with Ike Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew, 2 premier trash talkers of their era. And we were talking about this very matter. Also talked about Steve Smith versus Josh Norman this weekend. But specific to Odell, yes, clearly the Obi-Wan Kenobi trick doesn't work on everybody, but if you're weak in the brain, like Jabba was impervious to the Force, to the Jedi mind trick, but the Stormtroopers weren't, and Odell Beckham thus far is not impervious to it. You can get in his head, handsome.
That's true. And look at that the picture that we got behind us. If you're watching live or watching not live, but not if you're listening, you won't be able to see it. But it does show the difference between the two guys. Odell could, for all we know, just have caught a pass, but it didn't manage to break away for a touchdown. Eli Manning may have just thrown one of his 4 interceptions, but he does not look upset by it at all. That said, I don't think either of these 2 players are to blame for the Giants' start. I think their defense, which they spent a ton of money on, and I think it's ranked last in the NFL, definitely in terms of sacks and takeaways.
It's racked by injury, too, in the secondary.
Racked by injury in the secondary, absolutely. But they are not making game-changing plays. So then all the pressure is on Eli and Beckham.
And they have no running game.
Right, they have no running game. Again, injuries have hit that. So it keeps coming back to Odell Beckham, who puts the pressure, I'm sure, on himself to be a game-changer and be the guy that's making plays for the team. And then with everything else not working, that pressure's just heightened and the cameras are on him. And like you say, the defensive players know how to wind him up. Yeah. It's a kind of perfect storm. But it feels like just if it wasn't in New York, I'm not sure that this would be such a big story.
I disagree with that because Odell's an international star now.
He is, but that's because he's in New York. If Odell Beckham had made the catch that he made as a Miami Dolphin or a Tennessee Titan, I'm not sure that the spotlight would be quite as large.
The Titans, not the Packers. They have a lot of heat on them too. But what if it were the Titans?
I don't think Odell Beckham would be in ads, Head and Shoulders ads.
But Cam Newton's arguably the most popular player in the NFL, and he plays in Charlotte.
But it took more than one.
He came on pretty strong immediately. Remember, he threw for like 450 and 4 touchdowns in Arizona, and it seemed like the Cam train was already pulling out of that station.
stuck in the 20th century. Yeah. Would you take a ship on the way back from England or something?
What's your problem, Dave?
Not me. It's money.
I'm just being combative.